All right. It is time. How we doing, folks? What's up? What's up? Things are gonna be a little different. No face cam because I am in a tiny little room, so it looks a little rough, to say the least. So we're just gonna vibe out face camless. Hopefully we sound good. There's some lawn work going on outside. Hopefully y'all don't hear that. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. What's going on? Sorry for the long delay there. That was a bit of a headache. I was going back and forth trying to figure out what my audio was doing. And I could not, for the life of me, manage to get it to work, but we got it going. So we are in good shape now. We can do some building. Hello, guys. We're going to have to clear you out. So today, the goal is going to be to turn our little starter oil setup over here into a big boy mamma jamma setup that we actually have already gone ahead and modeled out. So, okay, give me 1 second. Let me open up the modeler. Got all my windows all in a bind now, so we got to get all that back up. Okay, so we're back. There we go. Alrighty. So if we take a quick look into our phase 3 plans, we can see over here we've got oil facility number 1, and there's a lot going on. But here's kind of where we're going to focus on is our initial oil nodes and refineries. This is where we want to kind of initially start, and then we're going to divert pretty much immediately into power because we are in really rough shape for power. And if we start adding a bunch of refineries, that is just going to make things even worse, obviously. So we are going to probably set up a diluted fuel blueprint. I did some messing here with sloops. So I have come up with a sloop design in the past where you can essentially just get a bunch of free packaged fuel. You don't have to make canisters because you just double the canisters that you get. So yeah, it's kind of sick. And we're probably going to do that so we can start using trucks. And then you can even do it for power as well and just get double the amount of power. So if we ever need it, we can do that. But for now, we'll kind of chill and probably keep things pretty simple because we don't have that many sloops. But that'll be the goal. If we can get refineries and power going today, I would be pretty happy. Today might not be the longest stream. I'm going to be expecting a phone call or updates about some stuff going on. For those not aware, I'm down in Georgia. My mom's getting some surgery done. So yeah, going to have to obviously step away at some point, but we are good for a few hours at least. So that's the goal. That's the objective. Let's hop back into the game and let's set up a little bit of a to-do list. So we already kind of got some stuff going here. Let's keep the list nice and clean. So we're going to start out by, let's say, building plastic and rubber refineries. I'm sorry if you hear the keyboard a little bit more than normal, but kind of making do with what we got right now. Now, once we have that, we are going to set up a diluted packaged fuel blueprint because we want to be able to stamp these down really quickly and easily. And then from there, we can set up remainder of factory. So it's kind of our goal list right there, nice and simple. We're building right down here, so we don't have to go that far, which is very nice. We've already got power and everything out here, so it's really just a matter of starting to branch out and establishing all that stuff. Good luck with surgery. Thank you. Yeah, she's in there right now. So got an update that she says she's doing. It says she's doing well, so that's, appreciate that. Finally got some free time so you can stay now. Hell yeah, bro. Should be a good one. All right, how we doing on... Excuse me? Oh. Okay, well, I mean, we have to clear this out anyway, so I guess let's get clearing. We'll take some freebies while we're here. It's like, man, what are the odds of just finding one of these? Pretty high, but we're still happy about it.
Sings the first symphony of the blood.
First, there was a whole involved process of evolution from single-celled organisms to mammals, rodents specifically.
Explosion.
And that's not even explaining the whole dinosaur extinction meteor making room for mammals to dominate the animal kingdom instead.
Multiple explosions.
You know what, I will just compile a data package for you to look at later, because I don't even know where to start with the whole ape thing.
Really?
Explosion.
Alright, so this facility is likely going to be completely separate from this one. And I don't think, famous last words, I don't think we will ever plan on connecting them. However, I would still like the option to be there if we decide to do it down the line. So, what that kind of means is I want to kind of count out how many foundations we're going and leave the ability to tie things in and have it look nice. I'm not saying we're gonna do it, but it's more of just like we'd rather have the option than not, right? So these blueprints are 2 foundations long, so as long as we go off of here and just count over in groups of 2, we should be able to hold the grid pretty well. The reason why I'm not starting from the wall is because the wall is actually offset from that grid and is only 1 foundation, so that would throw us off. Okay, I guess we're going in the hypercube. Let's go back over here. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. So that gives us 10, basically 5 of these, which should be fine, because all we really want to do is get over to here. So we might not even need to go 10. Let's see. So we cut back 2. I think that's pretty good, because then that'll leave us some space to build walls. And over here, how many are we away? Okay, so we are actually 2 away. So then, although if we're connecting over here, we probably don't need to build walls. Technically, that's where the wall would go. Decisions. Let's see. We could also think about it this way, right? So that's 1. That's 2, 3, and 4. So then if we started here, and we put the wall there, would that keep roughly the same? It would be pretty close. Let me just check my math here. Plus that one. So that should be... oh no, that's 2. Okay. Okay, so it's the wall is 1, that's 2. I know this seems silly. That's 3. That's... okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if that is 4 spaces, then yeah, the wall... this is so over the top. Okay, we'll say the wall is here. And then we can just go off of this level. So, okay. Sorry, not that level. We're gonna have to be down a little bit. I do apologize. I woke up at 6 a.m. And that might become very apparent. So, fair warning. I'm probably not in great shape. But we're gonna do our best. So, just prefacing that early on. All right. So let's drop off from there. And we should just be 2 4-meter foundations down. So we should be building on the bottom, but now I want to double check because it has been a few days. Been procrastinating the biospheres or whatever for so long. I feel that. Yeah. Some of those endgame parts just get real grindy. Alright, so we want to be basically right here. That's kind of our start level. Oh, autosave. Good to see that still happens. That's cool. Alright. So that's the wall. That's our walkway over, right? I feel like there is a smarter way to do this. Instead of yeah, okay. Let's just do this the foolproof way that I cannot possibly mess up. By just using our blank blueprint as a template. So we're just gonna go in here. We can drop down to, let's use the double, because we can. Then we'll go blueprint. I may have to delete the wall out, but we should just be able to kind of nudge it into position here. Okay. So that's in the proper spot. Obviously, it's not staying here. That's all good. I mean, that sounds helpful. I can't say I would be more than happy with that. Alright, so let's say... What if that's the start? And then our wall section... I guess we could just literally, like, look at it, right? It's kind of nice that we can just do this now. Could just go, like, right there. Granted, it is a little bit closer. But I don't think it's too close, and... like this, can kind of either stay here or not. I think it would look sick to kind of like be cutting through the factory. So yeah, I think let's go with that. Let's give ourselves like a good anchor point. Let's check that the anchor point is correct. Okay, that feels good to me. Do a double verify. Good, okay. So then that one we could get rid of, right? That was just to get us over here. And then here. Let's see. We could just start kind of like building over. You know what I should really do? Hold on a minute. Big brain moment here. Let's make a hotbar for all of our different blueprint stuff. Okay, so we got the white wall pieces. We got the truss wall pieces. Let's do the 4s of all of them, because that's probably the one we're mostly going to use. We got the purple ones, and we've got the lower ones. Okay, so that's all of our walls. We can easily get through all of that. Just give me this guy so I can open up that menu. And that should probably be good for now, I think. Maybe a couple more of these then, just so we can kind of get them quickly. Maybe like that guy. Nice, okay. Yeah, that feels like something I should have done a long time ago. But that's okay. Alright, so we can say here. So it'll probably change, but for now, it's good. Just to get us out here. that. That should all line up as it does. Okay. Alright, so we probably got to go out one more, and then we can start dropping refineries in here. Alright, so that is definitely plenty of space. Looks like we're running that way, which is kind of fine. Yeah, because then we can get diluted packaged fuel, water, and stuff going over there. And we should be in pretty good shape. Cool. Alright, let me just verify this one. I'm going to be a little extra cautious. Yeah, because I really don't want to repeat the mega builds. Yo, if I miss anything, you say sorry, my PC is lagging really bad for some reason. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that, my man. Hopefully it's not us. I think we're holding pretty steady. This internet is ridiculous, so I think we should be good. But yeah, all good, man, all good. Alright, so what we would actually have here is probably a refinery input. So we've got that, which is kind of sick. It just snaps right into place, and then move that guy up. So I think this is fine. Like, we don't have to drop all the way down, because then the further down we go... Yeah, no, this is actually good. So if we stay on this level, we could still take advantage of like gravity dropping down to a lower level, basically, and put diluted packaged fuel even lower. So like the heavy oil residue will just go down below, basically, and everything can kind of just cascade, and then items can go up. I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's take a quick look here. We're gonna have a couple different things going on. So we're making a lot more rubber than plastic. No, it's definitely your PC. Oh man, I'm sorry. I wonder if it's just like eating up all your RAM or something like that. That sounds like a RAM issue, honestly. I know I mean, it could be CPU, but I feel like it's probably RAM. Like, Satisfactory is probably chewing through most of it. And then YouTube and stuff is pretty heavy on that as well, so could just be tipping it over the edge. Okay, so, I mean, I hope it settles out. So here... Okay, that we don't need to worry about, but it's more these numbers right now. Splitting oil lines really sucks, so what I think we're basically going to do is make 2 rows of 20 and probably just underclock and overclock accordingly. Underclock plastic, overclock rubber, and just run it all through the one line. I think with this setup, we should be able to manage 600 per minute. It's not going that far. I think we're going to be feeding in properly, saying that like from above the machine input and down. And we have gravity helping with head lift and stuff. So I don't know. If this doesn't do it, I don't know what will, basically. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But that's the plan. We're going to build 20 in each row, and we'll start getting a little funky. What we might do in that case, yeah. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we do keep them split. Because I was just thinking about that. We would have to do two outputs, which I mean we could do pretty easily. Actually, yeah, we could just do that and just put another sign down to just like clarify what's what. I think that's kind of fine. I think that's what we do. Cool. So I did have this idea as well. So obviously these are all going to change to like the vertical variants, so we can move items and stuff around. I think I can combine some blueprints to make our lives a little bit easier. So let's do that real quick, because we could kind of put 2 in 1. Get 2 blueprints with 1 stone, or something like that. I think that's the saying, right? Alright, so we got these guys, and then what I want to add, or make another blueprint for, is the little walkway pieces here. I think we could line them up. Although, you know what? No, because then that has to line up. Yeah, disregard. It was a nice idea, but I don't think it'll actually work the way I thought it would. Because basically that would have to line up every time, which would I think be more of a headache than just doing this and grabbing this guy. Yeah, and just like nudging that into position. I think is easier. So we'll do that. Okay. So number 1 is going to just be all rubber. And we are going to be making a total of 530 from, oh no, not 530, sorry. 30 times 20, so I should know this, but like I said, it's 6 a.m. I thought it was 600, but then I was like, that doesn't... Why are you saying 530? Because it's 20 rubber, that's why. There you go, buddy. So here, we're making 400. This is going to be level 1 of 1. All the rubber refineries for this row will stay in that row. And then here, let's grab this middle section. Drop one of those in, and we'll drop the next refinery in here, if I can get it rotated the right way. Okay, that's good. Alright, so that's our second row. And yeah. Good left to right. So far, so good. Alright, so for these, we don't need the item inputs. So I will actually tweak the refinery design to not have those, because we don't want to spend a bunch of encased beams that we don't need to. No point in wasting those. They're kind of pricey right now too, for where we're at. So let's set that up real quick before we get going. I'm not in the way. What do you mean? Yeah, that's what I thought. So over here, we've got our 2 extra refineries. Now we're going to say 2 in, 2 out. That's how I'm going to call that. And we can save that. And let's load up the single version of that as well, just so we can keep track. 2 in, 2 out. Not bad. And then load this one back in. And we're just going to set up the ones that we need. I'm not going to go through like all of them right now. So we're just going to take out the item input. Don't want that. Output's still good. Everything else is fine. So we're going to say 1 in, 2 out. Is this going to be an issue? I don't think there are any refinery recipes that take an item in and no fluid. That's not a thing. So I think that should be good. I'm using Opera, which I just found out has a CPU limiter. I realized I had a window with 21 tabs that I wasn't even using. That a boy. There you go. That's hilarious. Nice. Good stuff. It's always something like that. They're always lurking in the background, and you're like, what is it? Why does my computer sound like it's about to blast off into space? It's like, oh, yeah. The amount of times I've done that. Alright, so that's those guys, and we'll just say the same thing. We'll say 1 in, 2 out. Should be the only type that we really have, like I was saying. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Can I get myself back up here? Yes. Alright, so got rid of those guys. That's all looking good. We're gonna say, how are we gonna do this? Let's just get rid of this guy. And we'll just add 2. I see nothing wrong with this. So first in the row, we'll finish all the rubber, and then we can make plastic. And I think refineries are basically the only real time that this is going to happen, because otherwise there's no real benefit in doing this. It's really just to keep pipelines together and not split them up into like weird janky numbers and try and maintain those numbers, because that just does not work well. Okay, so here we are making, what is that, 270? Yeah, and 530. Okay. So that means that you are only making 130. And you are making your full lot of 270. We've got level 1 of 1. Both cases. Very good. Okay. So with that established, and my music apparently not playing, let's fix that. There we go. We are going to start dropping in some of these refineries. So we said 1 in, 2 out. We're going to do 10 in a row. We could do 20 in a row. Wait, yeah. No, 20 in a row. That's what I meant. That's what we're planning for. Okay, so they're in the right position. Oops. Nudge back, nudge back. Let's switch to auto connect. All right, we got a link there. We got a link there and there. Very, very good. And then the tank here, this one might go out, honestly, because if we need to maintain head lift and we start having issues with that tank, we might just take it out. But I'd like to leave it if we can. We should be able to build up enough pressure to stay nice and good, but we'll find out. All right, let's start going. So we're going to do 10 of these for a total of 20 refineries. Let's see if the depots can keep up the whole way. All right, so that's 3. That's 4. Yeah, we're going to be going out here. That's 5. 6. Oh, we're out. Good. That means I don't have to say the thing. Awesome. Cursed numbers. There's funny numbers and there's cursed numbers. So those are cursed. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And if I can get the hypertube, which I can, we'll do that. Save ourselves a little bit of time. And I'm just going to grab a bunch of steel. We can drop some stuff off. and just feel good about life. And I think we'll kind of like build walls here and there as we go, ideally. Maybe not as we go, but once we have like the footprint down, we can build walls and stuff. But we'll try and like divvy it up. Like I don't want to be doing a bunch of stuff where I'm just building walls all day and then, you know, doing that for 4 streams. We can divide it up a little bit. Something is like seriously wrong over here, and I should probably figure out what it is, because this has been busted for a while. Okay, so you're shut off, which is correct. Copper's doing that. Okay, those belts are outputting. Alright, so wire is like super upset. Oh, random question. Yeah. But what do you think about all of the antivirus drama? Oh, bro. I don't know. From everything I've seen about it, it's like not something I think we really have to worry about. But I'm not an epidemiologist or whatever the word is, so I could not tell you. I hope, okay, it's iron plate. I hope it's nothing. Yeah. From what I understand, you gotta have like pretty close contact with people and like... Okay, so it's iron. Oh, hello. Oh, that's screws. Okay, wait, so iron is messed up. What did I do to iron? Did I touch iron? I must have done something. Yup. Okay. Wait, what? Did this just like stop working, or did I move that? Oh yeah, that's extremely common. Yeah. Okay, I must have broken something pretty badly. Maybe I moved that? I don't remember, I'll be completely honest, but I think if we just upgrade that, that should clear the line pretty quickly. Alright, hopefully that fixes things. I don't want to spend too much time here. I just really wanted to figure out why we weren't... That whole factory was not running, and that would explain why. It's high on the list of things to get rebuilt, but... Alright, first things first. You go in my inventory. All of this stuff can go in here. Oh, look at that. Wow. Would you look at that? That's a whole lot of power slugs. Put that back, right? You did. And you guys all still have stuff? You do. Good. And we go over here and... Oh yeah, I put signs, so I don't have to try and guess every time. Drop all those in there. How we looking here? Beautiful. That's great. Oh, nice. Okay. OMG, tell me that last super chat is fake? Nah, bro. Muttley is a freaking legend. Look at that. And that was in euros, too. That's why it's so high. So, yeah, Muttley the Giga Chad. Coming in huge. Why would it be fake? I mean, that's awesome. I don't know. I don't want to say that's fake. I think that's great. I mean, it's crazy money, but the number. Oh, it's a funny number like that because it was in euros. So it was like a 50 euro donation or super chat. But then it converted it to dollars. So it obviously switched that around and made it look much weirder. Yeah, no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him choosing that number. That was the conversion from 50 euro or 50 euros to whatever it is in dollars, basically. So, okay, so we got that. We got that. I think we're just gonna take all of this. Is that stupid? To just take a bunch of steel? I feel like that's the thing we use the most. Not really. Well, not really. Whoopsie. Let's drop a bunch of that away and make sure I get all my stuff back here. Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm freaking saying. Alright. I like that, and I like some concrete. Let's drop those off. I should make more filters, though, and away we go. We are definitely going to want filters before we do any other sort of exploration. We could potentially... Well, I deserve, though. I could not imagine getting up at 6 a.m. while I'm in surgery and do the challenge that you're doing. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I mean, you know, it's like I would just be sitting here otherwise, so... May as well do something, you know? But yeah, I'm thinking about her. I know, she's in good shape. She's in good shape, so... She's in good hands. Good hospital, all that good stuff. So. Alright, so we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's what we said last time. It's funny, when I left after, like, she got taken into, like, the OR and stuff, and I came back home here, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap, and then I just, like, was like, you know what, let's just stream instead. And then, of course, all the audio stuff started, but we got there. We persevered. We get there in the end. That's 8. This is a 9. And that is 10. Okay, the fact that we make it to this little island is kind of sick. Oh. Whoops. Alright, we're going to tear it all out. And... Are we? Or can we just upgrade it? Well... Yeah, I gotta upgrade the pipes. The pipes are not Mark II, and they should be, and I don't want to... I think I want to upgrade all of the pipes. So I think it'll just be faster to literally just upgrade the blueprint, and then tear those out, put them right back down. And that way we're also a lot less likely to just miss one. Because I am... absolutely the kind of guy to just miss a single pipe and then be mad about it and confused for the next, 20 hours. Right, so here, we're gonna go... I technically should do all of them, I guess. But for now, let's just do the ones that we're gonna use. And let's go here, let's go here. Upgrade refinery pips before using. Hopefully I'll see that. Alright, so you, we may as well, if we're doing the thing, just make that a solid connection. More solid pieces of like pipelines and stuff that you have, and belts too, like the better for performance. So that is a Slight downside of auto-connecting stuff, but I think it's a very slight performance change. It's not something that you really have to worry about. And then we go here. It's all good. What are you beeping at? What do you got over here? Got something? That's what I thought. Alright, I do need a box, because, yeah, we're going to make a big dismantle crate here. Let's drop literally everything I just picked up. Yeah, just get rid of all that, and then give me some of that, and I don't know. Let's see what we can hold. I don't think it's going to be all this, that's for sure. Maybe it is. I keep making like faces and stuff like you guys can see me. I'm so used to having the face cam on. Not bad. And then all we need to do here is grab that one. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, I have my ladder. Nice, nice. You on fuel power now or still coal? Still coal. Yeah, still coal. How much overhead do we have? We have a little bit. But not a lot. Yeah, it's close. It's close. So we're basically setting up this just so we can get the heavy oil residue right now. That's like literally all I care about. And then from there, we can kind of start figuring things out. I also have to upgrade these guys. Okay. That one's obviously a lot easier to do because it's just 2 connections. So that one's good. We will do that moving forward. All right, let's go top and drop these guys back in. So that's 2. That is 3. I do love building a power plant. There is something about it that is just very, very fun. I think it's just making the number go bigger, you know? It's pretty enjoyable to see. Alright, so that is... should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very, very good. And then... we're just going to do the same thing again, basically. We might just set up the rubber line first, because these do take a good amount of power. What does the refinery need? Is it 40 megawatts? 30, okay. But yeah, I mean, that's a lot of power right there. That's 600 megawatts. So if we tried to turn all of this on, basically, we would crash our grid immediately. Yeah, so definitely can't do that. And we're out of steel. Good news. I know where to get a bunch of that. All right. So build these out to be even, and then I will have to go in and just separate out the belts. Oh, copper sheets. Really? Okay. All right, so we're 1 short, but that's all right. Oh, you know why? Because the belts are more, or the pipes are more expensive. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. All right, so let's start over here with this refinery row, and we can kind of get our initial setup going. Wait, is your whole power grid the max consumption or the... capacity. All right, so here is, or the consumption. Sorry, that's probably what you meant. So consumption is what you're currently using. So orange line is like machines active. That's why it kind of fluctuates. Max consumption is like if everything in the grid kicked on right now, that's how much power you would use. So that includes though like hypertube entrances and other stuff that just kind of statically takes power. You know, train stations are on here, but they only use power like when the train is in them. So that's that. And then production is how much you're producing, and capacity is the maximum amount that it can supply. So for stuff like what's the word? The geysers, like the geothermal power that rises and falls. Your production graph here will change, but your capacity graph will stay the same. So this is basically just showing like in the moment how much power are you making. This is showing how much power can you possibly make completely, right? Like maximum versus current. So that's how you read those, and then same thing with that. All right, so we've got that. Yeah, I'm definitely afraid to fire all of these up, but how much do we have? Let me just keep this over here. So we're currently using 54 and change. We could shut that down a little bit, pretty easily. But if we don't have to, it'd be nice. Does capacity also include batteries? It's been so long. That's a good question. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. Can we test this? Okay, so capacity 6825. Power storage can supply 100 megawatts. Oh, no, that's right. It shows this window here. That's right. Because it's technically not part of the grid. It's like reserve. Right? Because you're not like producing it. You're just like holding it, I think. That's a good question, though. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, bro. Got you. I like the thoughts. All right. So we got that. We've got a recipe. Let's just run down the row here and start setting stuff up. These are probably, just because they're so far apart, these are probably worth setting recipes in advance. There are just so many refinery recipes that, like, I don't know. I don't want to have like a billion refinery blueprints that we use like once, you know. This doesn't take that long. Alright, so that's one row. We should have gotten enough here now. Very good, very great. Alright, so that's that. Now, what did we say? 26 and a half. So let's go up here and set these up. So we're going to set the first 6 to be rubber. Can I count, or is that wrong? Yeah, that one. Okay. There. And then we can take a power shard. And we just have to overclock this by 50% to make 30. And that'll give us 130. And then we can go to this guy. Switch over to plastic. And run plastic down the rest of the line. And actually, before I do that, so your plastic, your rubber. We do not want those two items to mix. So we will do that, and then probably just go up, but we could also go over and down the center strip here. We're not going to use it for really anything else, so that would be probably fine. 'Cause, yeah, I don't think we'd really be able to get in there otherwise. Yeah, I think we just route it down here and go right in and just take it up to wherever we want it to go. Yeah, because we have to keep rubber separate as it is because we're making over 480 per minute. So we need 2 lines anyway. So yeah, I think that's fine. And then we can always route them to wherever they need to go. Is there a... Like, what's all this rubber going to? Okay, so we got 225 going to Caterium... Let me try that again. We've got 225 rubber going into Caterium computers. We've got 5 rubber going into just storage for building and then eventually getting sunk. We've got 300 leaving the facility. That's going out to our Versatile Frameworks factory, which is right across the way there. So not a far trip. And then that's really it for rubber. So yeah, I don't think we're ever going to combine the 2 lines. We're probably going to send the first line into computers and then overflow, join up with the other one, and then send that one over to the other factory. I think that works out. And then, yeah, that obviously will be what it is. Okay, cool. So that works for me. Looking pretty cool. Let's get a quick view. See how we like it. Should be pretty simple, pretty good. I think that looks all right. And then we can kind of go up and back over for the rest of the stuff. And the rest of the stuff, what do we actually need here? So we need a healthy amount of Caterium, a non-zero amount there, not bad. We need a little bit of quartz, which we are probably actually going to grab from the main base because I think that's the closest that we have. And that'll be a good opportunity to just scale that up. So that'll be cool. That'll mean we'll flush out the belt highway going into the base so we can bring silica over. And then it's just water, really, for diluted packaged fuel. This isn't enough Caterium for me to really want to justify using the pure ingot, I don't think, although we might be able to get this out of one node if we did that. It's a lot more power, though. Later decision. We'll make that decision later. We have the room to add more refineries if we want to, so we can consider that. Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. But then otherwise, I think that's kind of all we have to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, seems pretty good. All right, so let's start by maybe getting the first oil node hooked up and getting this filling up. We can get power going down here. No, don't do me like that. Aw, don't do me like that. Man, dude. Game, why do you hate me? Is minor. I don't know if we're gonna... Oh, yeah. Alright, we'll probably fix that later. I'm not gonna rebuild all these. I'll just deal with that later. But we will... I will tweak that real quick because I don't want to have that happen again later, and just because I forgot. I think we could fix that part by hand pretty easily. And that's not like mission critical. You know, if I miss a part, I don't really care because it's just cosmetic. Okay, so it's the refineries. It's all of the refineries, which sucks. All right, you know what? We're just gonna add to our yell at ourselves list. Fix beams on. Oops. I have caps locked on. Fix beams on walkways 2. Smart. Alright, nice. So that's good, that's good. Got refineries. Yeah, let's get these running. Let's get oil in them, and then let's start. Okay. Let's start figuring out this diluted packaged fuel blueprint. That should be interesting. So here, what I think the best option for us is going to be is we're going to switch to the walls and just kind of run these down in shape. I'm also thinking like this wall here could become like an accent wall. You know, like we could do a section, do a cool accent piece. Let me see if I can get up here. You know, and kind of repeat that pattern, because we will have this spacing basically be consistent, at least on 2 sides of the building. But it doesn't have to be the same all the way around. It would look a little like repetitive if the whole thing was just the same kind of box. You know, like we want a little bump outs and different elevations, stuff like that. So we like that. There we go. Alright, now we're getting here. So what I think I'll do... Am I running out of stuff already? Felt like I was. Oh no, we're good. Okay. So let's go there. And one more out. And then here... We could just drop this in, honestly. And then I think under that we'll do either the truss wall or the bottom wall, depending on kind of where we're at there. For this one, let's see. Should be like that. Yeah, it's a little hard to see when you're in the blueprint. And then here, it's one of those where it's like we could do this wall again, or we could just kind of switch to the truss one, because it is kind of like in the ground a little bit. So I think this is a good option here, and then we could just run this under or maybe to there, and then we transition into like the actual base wall, which I have right here. Alright, so let's just get that all the way down there. That kind of is what it is. We might just get rid of these ladders, honestly, in here. I don't think we necessarily need a ton of those. Yeah, we already started doing that, so I think we'll just keep doing that. That's fine. Let's drop these down here. OMG, how have I now just realized that the calculator is more than just the interactive map? Oh, man. Yeah. That website, like, taught me how to play the game, basically. There's a lot of good info on there. Alright, so we've got that going, and then... Let's see, if we... just dropped in one of these guys, is this gonna work? Probably not. Yeah, once you start adding blueprints into blueprints, things kind of get a little upsetting. Alright, so... Yep. I don't think this is bad. I think we can come up with a better transition into this, but for now I think this is fine. It just kind of completes what we need to do right now. So... I'm going to try and stay on top of this now so that I'm not stuck doing a bunch of that later. These don't matter because they're temporary, but these we can do. Alright, so that oil node, let's leave alone. The one in here is the first one we'll take. And then... no, it makes sense to take this one first and put it into the first line, and then that one into the second line, just because of where they're located. Yeah, but if I do that, then this will all shut down, and we are reliant on that power. So here's what we will do. We're gonna kind of do a little swap around. So this guy's gonna get overclocked, and let's figure out the cleanest way to get out of here and into the other factory. So this one, oh, there it was. Get these to snap in. We could just build this over to the cliff, and then that'll kind of give us some aiming points. Let's see, did I get the wall ones? I did. Cool. Alright, so that one could actually just get spun around, which would probably be alright. No, that's not really enough room to work, so... maybe just something like that. That should give us enough space to get through. Alright, so... let's see, I'm trying to figure out where we want to go through. We're probably going to need a couple pumps. I think we'll run it up here in that area. So maybe we just kind of go right through the middle. Honestly, yeah. Oh, nice. You got the first part for the bio stuff? Hell yeah, dude. Congrats. Oh, okay. That does not feel correct. That is not correct. Hold up. Wait a minute. How? Wait, what? This is a meter high. Oh, it's just the wall. It's just the wall. It's just the wall. I think. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. I was like, I was so careful. It's just the walls. That's fine. And this is why we build with blueprints, because it is so much easier to fix. It must have snapped to that guy at a weird height. I just didn't catch it. Alright, so here, let's try that again. Which is crazy too, because I thought I was pretty careful on this one, but I guess not. Alright, so that's good. Confirmed, right height, confirmed. Okay, left, right, good. Feels good. Alright. So, we said we're gonna go with a single one. And there I was thinking that 125 horsepower frame was too much. Yeah, I mean, we're getting through it. We're getting through it. It'll be cranking a lot faster once we get this rubber going. We'll be ripping through that stuff in no time. We'll be making like 100 and like 107 or something per minute or something like that. It's gonna be pretty good. Okay, yeah, so that all go. Good thing I didn't build out all those middle sections. That would have been a waste of time. Oh, but I did build the refineries off of that. Oh no, you were... So I built that one right, and then immediately made a mistake. That's incredible. Well, you know, this is the Satisfactory universe saying, hey man, you didn't upgrade and fix your beams, so now you're gonna have to. Aaron Morgan, what's up, man? Looks great. I'm still a few episodes behind on the playlist, but catching up. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that. Hope you're enjoying it. Good to see you. Alright, well. Yep, no real getting around that one. Let's deal with this stuff. So let's go down here. Store pretty much everything. Put these away. That is so unfortunate. But it is what it is. We will persevere. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome to hear. I'm so glad to hear that. I love it. Alright, so we'll upgrade those. We'll upgrade those. And we'll fix beams. Okay. So, for starters, let's do the easier one of upgrading the pipelines. So, let's just go here. You know what I should do as well? Let's make the default on our hotbar that guy. And whoops. Windows key. It's probably a good idea to do that for our belts at this point. Whoops. Why am I hitting the Windows key so much? Holy crap. I'm sure it would be helpful. Me and my buddy make the joke all the time that we are sharing brain cells. So, I feel that, my man. I feel that. You're in good company. Alright. So that's good. Let's save that. And then we are gonna... How do we do this? Alright, let's load. I'm stuck. I'm in a refinery. One day I'll learn to stop doing that. Today's not that day. But one day, we will. Alright, so refinery, load. Yeah, that's no good. All no good. Okay. So, I don't actually know. Alright, so that's correct. We should see purple stripe. Get rid of those. Trying to think. All right, let me just build one that I know is good. Yeah, okay. See a little bit of that, and that is how we want it. What am I doing? Wait, well, it's fine. I already got it. I was gonna say I should do the solo one first and then just repeat, but I think for this we'll just fix it, and then we can go to the other one and do the same thing. And then from here, take across. I don't know why these are so tough to get right consistently. I like seem to be just a little bit off. There's probably no snap point on the catwalk, or if there is, it's probably like really small. So I feel like I'm just getting like misaligned a little bit every time. All right, so that was those. Let's do these guys too. And it's so weird how the ADHD gene is becoming more and more common. It's definitely like a thing, you know? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's always, that kind of stuff interests me, because it's like, is it just getting more recognition? And like, is that why it's getting diagnosed more often? Or is it like, just people think they have it and they don't, you know? Or like what? But I feel like more is just becoming more common. But I feel like it should be less common because it makes it so much harder, at least in school. Oh, yeah. I bet. Like, I could see it if I had it. I don't necessarily know for sure. I haven't been diagnosed. You know? So it's like I don't go around saying I do have it. I don't think you should do that. Like, if you haven't gotten an actual diagnosis, you shouldn't just, like, self-diagnose yourself, you know? But there we go. Okay, so that one's that, and let's save this guy. And then all I'm gonna do is just delete out the belts and stuff. And then we can just say 1 input, 2 out. It'll save over the old ones. And we'll do the same thing over here. But yeah, man, it's a whole thing. I don't know, you know? Mental health is a lot to get into. It's important, but it's a lot. Definitely not something that I, a Satisfactory streamer, am really equipped to talk about. I could do these over here. Go there, we'll go there, we'll go there. Oh. That's fine. No, that's true though. Me and my friends call that peer review. So, like, yeah, that makes sense because you know what it is, so you know what you're looking at. Nah, man, you're chilling. You're chilling. I just didn't want to like give off the impression that I think I'm like educated on this topic in any way, shape, or form, because I'm not. I'm very much just a, you know. I'm just a dude. But you're fine to talk about it. That is completely okay. Like, no worries there. No sweat. No sweat. All right. So we tear these all out. And we go. We go again. Between the beams and the height being wrong, I mean that's enough to warrant it. Oh, I don't have fuel. I know I have some in the depot, but just grab what we got here. That way I'm not just taking a bunch of random stacks. I still got it, yep. Nice. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so... now that's the right height, at least. Drop these back in, and then... go from there. What do we got? Oh, very good, very good. Okay. Just got a text, she was moved into the recovery area. Lovely, that's what we like to hear. So I'll probably be heading out in a little bit in that case. But we'll go until kind of get the heads up that I'm good to head over there. Yeah, wonderful news, 100%. Very good. And that wasn't that long, actually. I mean, it was still a long time, don't get me wrong, but from what they originally estimated, it sounds like it went pretty well. So that's very good. It's very good to hear. Very happy about that. All right. I guess relieved is probably the better word for that. Very relieved. All right. Excellent. So we're over the spot we want to be. Let's switch to that guy. And use this one now to establish the height. So we're going to drop in our Mark IV blueprint. Oh, not that one, though. The refinery one. That's the manufacturer one. Hey, Stup 1987. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel, man. Oh, I missed. There we go. Glad to see the overlays are kind of working. All right, so that's good. We're locked in now over here, and we go again. Okay, I'll delete that. That's fine. Alright. So let's just do one right now. I'll just get this hooked up. And maybe we'll spend a little bit of time figuring out the diluted packaged fuel blueprint. And then see where we're at. Might be heading out. Okay, so I think that's 10. That's like roughly, I wasn't counting, I'll be completely honest with you. Probably should have been, but I think it's 10. It's not. Attaboy. This is why you count. This is why you count, ladies and gentlemen. Are these good? These are good, right? Yeah. Nice. Alright. Let's set recipes on the way back because we can do that. Why were you blue? That was weird. Closer to the bio balls than you thought. Nice, man. Good stuff. Oh, you're doing the, what are they? The biochemical sculptors? They're not so bad, right? Isn't it just like, fix-it trigons and like a bunch of water and whatever the other phase 4 part was to make them? I forget what you need for those. Is that's what you're talking about, right? You just need a lot of them, if I remember correctly. Well, not a lot, but like a good amount. Okay, so this is rubber. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, not too bad. Hell yeah. I didn't need to delete that sign. I'm gonna add another sign. So we're gonna have... Yeah, we're gonna have you there. Let's do that one there. So this one's gonna be rubber. And then just so I can keep track of the other item we're making here, which is a byproduct, but still, heavy oil residue. I think I want to have it like that, and then on the other one we'll put plastic, or a third one there, so we'll have rubber, plastic, and then heavy oil residue. And that will just be a little bit better for us to keep track of. So here we're making 400, and we should be also making 400, right? Because it's 20 and 20? Yeah. Alright, cool. So that's that, and then let's do power. Let's kind of get all this stuff sorted. Oh yeah, that's right, we're going this way. Okay. Let's see. How does this feel? We do it... I guess that's not too bad. So we go here, we go through. It's kind of the best I can come up with at the moment. It's not quite as smooth as the other ones, but I think it's still kind of good. Oops. Oh, I'm getting off pattern here. Okay, so we go through there. Skip one. Go there. Skip one. Go there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I did it again. There's probably a better way to do this, but figure it out. The only problem is that there's no iron nodes. Oh. Sounds like you might need a train or something. So that one's good. We skip one here, and then that should be it. To the end, yeah. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. The rest is all good. Same thing here. Let's get rid of that one. Alright, so you still have no power. That's fine. Deal with that. If it wasn't for the bumps, this would be sick. I don't love the bumps, but I don't think there's much we can do. Like, could you even... I mean, you could. Maybe. Maybe. But I've done the Trigon, so that's a start. This is cool. I like this a lot. Look at that coffee. Look at that coffee. Alright, power. So, the main way we're going to do this is by connecting up each level, which we don't really have built yet. So for now, we are going to do yield temporary powder. Ta-da. And now when we go up here, we should see... Oh yeah, one more thing to do. Flip the switch. And now we should see a bunch of stuff. Yay. Alright, so it showed 600. Oh, I missed one though. So I think we got all the connections. Yeah, we just missed a recipe, which is fine. 1 out of 19 ain't too bad, I gotta say. Those are pretty good numbers. Alright, nice. So that's all looking very nice. We love it. Yo, what's up, Oliver? How we doing today? Alright. So that is all set. Let's figure out oil. Start to get that going. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Really can't complain today. Things are going. Having a busy day, but we're doing all right. Thank you for asking. All right, so I think we had like a double wall, if I remember. And then I think we switched into like the main support. I don't have it. Oh yeah. So it'd be like this, and this guy would be over here. Lines up with that, nice, and then drop in a double. And now, no, yep, there we go. Should be able to build this over and get it lined up with the pipeline over there again. Back to where we were a few minutes ago. Hello? No. Not feeling it today, I guess. That's alright. That over there, and good. Okay. And one more. Just kidding. Like that, but just a little bit different. There we go. Alright, so now. You line up. Watch, they're still going to be off. That'd be really funny. Done the last part, but it's not efficient at all. Ah, it don't matter. That's the name of the game right there, my man. Get it running and then deal with it later. Alright, I think that's good. In here, what are we looking at? So this is one of the... Oh, we do need the light. Might do something kind of like this. And then just put a wall hole in there so it stays one continuous piece. We could go all the way over. Whoops. And go in like that. I don't think we would actually need a... What do you call it? Pump. I think it can handle it. I guess we'll find out. You have some advice. So basically I threw 200 nukes down in my world and it kind of instantly crashed my PC. I would not recommend doing this. Good knowledge shared, bro. Yeah, noted. I will not do that. It's given me like seeing how much TNT your computer could handle in Minecraft vibes, you know. Back in the day. Just absolutely crippling everything for the next 20 minutes. Alright, so we've got power over here. We really just need to get it in there. So I think that's fine. That's good. That's not going through the switch. It's not going through the switch. So you are kicking on. Wonderful. Let's get you completely maxed out. And let's see. How we doing? So you're getting up there. You're getting up there. You're obviously getting through here. No problems. Now... Alright, so we have two options. We can either run right here and just go straight over and then drop down, which is completely fine, honestly. Yeah, there's literally no benefit in going higher to just drop right back down again. The only downside, yeah, are those guys. So we could run here. One star would not recommend. Oh yeah, that sounds bad. That sounds just rough, Oliver. I'll be real with you. That's not created Chernobyl and Satisfactory. I think that's not good. Ecological disaster, I think, is what we're going for there. All right, so I think we will have to go up just to avoid the beams and stuff, which I think is fine. So let's go like that. And we'll just kind of keep this pattern until, I guess, there. Default mode actually working. Cool. So that handles this there. And then I guess what we would just do... So I think I would kind of like to do the same thing. I think we'll just skip the floor hole here. Go right there. We'll do our little trick. So we'll take this, we'll take that. Nudge. Oh, there's a floor hole. That's crazy. And I think I have to do that for this guy, right? Yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate. I think I have the... Ooh, I don't. Alright, fine, game. You win this one. I could just get the clean pipelines, and maybe in the future we will, but... Yeah, it's fine. You win this round, game. If you're trying to stream picking up every piece of grass in the world, nope. And I don't think I'm gonna. That sounds rough. Major no pun satisfied. Yeah, that does sound about right. That tracks. I feel like that tracks. Alright, so... Where do we want to drop here? Maybe we go... Maybe we go in over here and drop down to kind of keep this stuff clear. I think that's kind of interesting. Haven't heard of that guy. I know, obviously, unfortunately, I know who Mr. Beast is, but against my will. Alright, let's see. Alright, so for here, let's think here. I think we would benefit from having a foundation right there. This we might see as a good candidate, although let's see. Okay, so our power there is only temporary, right? We all agree on that. Oh yeah, those are not level. Right. Okay, so then in that case, maybe we do try this, and we do... I don't like that either. Let's see. It is kind of crazy to like not have heard of Mr. Beast. I kind of respect you for that. Like, I really do. Gotta say it. All right, I think that's fine. A little downhill into the storage is kind of good actually, because it'll just keep stuff going that way. And then yeah, once it builds up, we should be in pretty good shape. And yeah, we could just drop straight in. Oil is ripping. Lovely. That'll fill up nice and quick. And these guys will start. Can we handle that? I think we said we can. We can. We are fine. This Mr. Beast, like the Elon Musk but of YouTube. Kinda. He's the dude that like locks people in a warehouse for like a year and pays them like $1 million or whatever, and like makes a video about it. You know, like that kind of shit. Okay. I hooked this up backwards. I hooked this up backwards. That's fine. It's like, man, stuff should be turning on right about now. It's not going to do that if you put oil in the output. It's not really going to work. I wouldn't be shocked by that. I would not even remotely be shocked by that. That is 100% on brand. Like, yeah, I really wouldn't be shocked. It's just one of those, like, I don't know. I don't like to talk bad about other people. I really don't. I try and keep good vibes as much as possible, but there's just something about them, man. I don't know. It's just something about them. Doesn't feel right. Alright, so if I do straight mode, that looks pretty good. And then we could even actually just get rid of the floor hole, or will it delete my connection to it? Oh, do you think a wall mount would work here? Sorry, I'm getting hiccups. That totally would work. Yeah. Okay, nice. So we still have that little downward angle. Wonderful. Oh boy. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what? Like, why? Why? I don't know. I think that's the moment I realized, like, I'm getting older, is like, I was just like, what is the point of this? Like, when I saw those kind of videos, instead of just being like, oh, that's cool. You know, I was like, yeah, I'm not the demographic for this. And that's all right. Yeah, occasionally my little brothers will make me watch one and try to make myself think they're real, but it's pretty obvious they're fake. Yeah, it's all just like hyper produced, and like it's like the reality TV of YouTube, you know, like it's just meant to be like gotcha, grab your attention, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm not knocking reality TV, you know, but that's just what it kind of feels like to me. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going, hey, a green light, let's go. We know how to play the game. Love it. All right, so that will start sending some rubber up. Very nice. We will start to get a little bit of heavy oil residue showing up. It's probably going to take some time because, yeah, it's got to build up in each one and then start working its way down. Very cool. Very good. You made so much progress since like a week. I'm telling you 1 second, I saw you just work on like actual power. Now you're already on crude oil. We have been cooking a little bit. Yeah, it was a good week. It was a good week last week. We got a lot done. Yeah, so I appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that. You see it, you notice it. It's blueprints, man. They make the difference. They really do. Alright, so here. Yeah. Yeah, no comment. But yeah, I'm with you, man. That's just not... Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Again, I'm not the target demographic, and that is okay with me. That is A-okay with me. That's why you guys are here, you know? That's why we're different. That's good. That's good. Alright, so we're gonna run our middle guy here. Oh, hello, one more time. Oh, come on. Hey, ooh, maybe. Yep, sort of, kind of. Wait, what's a blueprint? You're trolling, right? You gotta be trolling me. I don't know. I don't know if I can believe you, Oliver. I feel like you're trolling hard. If you're not, I will tell you. No? Really? Okay. You never use this at all? The blueprint designer? You didn't touch it? Basically, you can build stuff in here and then save it. So all of this is a blueprint. So instead of having to make all these connections and build each machine and all that stuff, I just grab it and then you drop it down. What does the blueprint do? I never heard of it. Yeah, that's what it does. So instead of like having to build each individual component, you can save a preset group into a blueprint and yeah, just use that instead of individual components. Yeah, that's why I was like, you gotta be trolling because it's such a massive... I am sorry, bro. Yeah, I mean, hey, better late than never. Right? Better late than never. But... yeah. Yeah. That's a real reaction, man. I'm sorry. Oh, man. But you know what? You can say that you beat the game without blueprints, which is kind of like... not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot of people can say that. I'm trying to remember. I don't even know if I've done that. Because I think when I first beat the game, and Joe, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I think we had blueprints on that, right? I'm pretty sure we did. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Kind of a badge of honor. That would be a crazy challenge. Wait, that'd be fun. Like, doing a run with no blueprints. I can't either, but, like, there's part of me that vaguely remembers us, like, trying to transfer them in between each other. Because I think I made some. And then, like, you wanted to use them, but then you couldn't, or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Call it the classic difficulty. It would be kind of fun, actually. It could be interesting. I don't know. It's got something there. All right, so we're doing all right on heavy oil. I still haven't gotten an update. Let me just make sure that I didn't get like a missed call. I didn't get a missed call. Okay. So, yo, you know what you should do? You should create a server, and then people in the stream can join that server. But you have like one rule: you can't use blueprints. We are working on the dedicated community server. We got a lot of interest actually on the YouTube post. but I've just had so much stuff going on in real life that I really haven't been able to set it up. But that would be a very fun thing, yeah. Just be like, everybody hop in. I don't know though, because I feel bad being like, hey, come play on the server, but also like you can't use like the major component of the game. You know what I mean? It's like, but you will have to, yeah, because I have to pay to host it. Like I can't host it for free. I don't have that kind of income. So it is like $4 or $5 a month at the moment. So that is the one caveat. Because it costs money to host it, so I can't just shell out of pocket. Yeah. But otherwise, you don't have to like pay to join like the Discord or anything, or get access to blueprints or all that kind of stuff. What am I doing? Oh yeah, power. Okay, so, whoops. It would not handle that. Yeah, it would not handle that well. The amount of like RAM and stuff that you need to run a server with that many people is pretty high. It's a lot. So like my internet couldn't handle that and do other stuff. It would just not be a good experience. All right, so I'm trying to think here. We want to, let's pop in the modeler real quick. I've gotten from like 10 to 12 respondents saying yes. I'm not sure if some of those are double votes, so, but at least 10 that seem interested, potentially more. So that's a pretty healthy amount of people in a server. All right, so over here is our heavy oil. We have 400 coming off this line. The rest can fit, because that'd be 150 and 165. So all in, oh god, no. Yeah, no, for sure, bro. That's not happening. I would not stand for that. Like, you're not hanging on the server if you're destroying other people's stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, you would not be welcome around long if there's a griefer or something. We don't do that here. No, there would be rules. It would be pretty normal, you know. Like, I'm not trying to host a Rust server in Satisfactory. It'll be like, come together, we're working together, you know, we're having a good time. You're here because you want to have fun. You're not here because you want to ruin somebody else's time. I guess that's, yeah, not at all the vibe we want to go for. But I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. Okay, so... Alright, I'm just going to try and real quick think this through. Feel free to keep asking me questions. I just might not answer them right away. But that is A-okay. Don't feel like you have to stop doing that. So what we basically need is to create a really simple little loop here. Where we can run packaged water into a refinery, making diluted packaged fuel. We can run that packaged fuel out into an unpackager, which will then send the empty canisters back in to the packager, and the process continues. So it'll be a closed loop of canisters. We don't have to ever add more. We just make what we need, dump them in, and hook it up and call it a day. In the past, the way I've done this is I made little modules, but you need a Mark II blueprinter to do that, and I don't have that yet, but we could get it. Pioneer Light, right? Pioneer Light, is that the channel memberships? Because that's different. Channel memberships is like just a way to be like, hey, here's a couple bucks a month, thanks, you know, like $1 basically. The dedicated server stuff will be separate. I'll have to figure out how we're gonna do all of that. Yeah, so the Pioneer Light is not related. That is purely a, if you are able and you would like to become a member, it's greatly appreciated, but there's no Like, that does not get you access to the server, I guess. Alright, so we're heading back. I want to check out the costs for the Mark II blueprinter, because if we can unlock it, it would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah, this place is going to be massive. It's going to be cool. It would change our like build size, but I think for this blueprint, it's kind of fine. But we'll see. We'll see how we feel. I don't intend on making like bigger versions. I think we'll just kind of use the extra space to our advantage. Okay, so here we can buy those. We can probably buy those too with coupons and just kind of jump ahead a little bit in that sense. So I can get more of those. I have plenty of those. And if we go down here, we got computers and heavy modular frames. Okay. So I can also handcraft them. I could handcraft them. I could also... Okay, maybe. Our seems okay. Let's go here, let's go here. Oh, I only have the base recipe. I don't have any alternates. Oh, that's right, because I only just unlocked them, so I don't think we have any alternate heavy frame stuff. We do have that. Puricaterium. Good to know. Okay. Do I have hard drives? That is something we're going to want, so we may as well start running some of these. Yeah, let's just start doing this. All right, and then... So that kind of sucks. So we're probably not going to do that one. That's not nearly as bad. So I think we'll run computers in here. That's a lot of hard drives. You know it. You know it. That's cool. Deserving of caps, I think. Alright, so... Oh, I don't have circuits. Scratch that. Alright, we're just buying it. I wanted to do this, but I think it's just better to buy it. So coupons. I got tree. I got more over here, for sure. Should have a bunch in the awesome sinks down here. Let's see, what do we think? Over, under 100? I think over. I think over 100. Here we go. If you get your guess in now, you're good. That's a lot of coupons, man. Holy. Okay. Thank you. 226 is a lot of coupons. Holy cow. I forget, we have been sinking space elevator parts for the last, like, 20 hours, so I guess that kind of tracks, but we'll take that. Alright, so we need a couple of these. Just get 3 of those, screw it. Just gotta jump in the water. Oh, pump in the water. Heck yeah. Congrats, congrats. Let's just do that. It's fine. We can afford it. We're kind of rich.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
Rude. Uncalled for. Completely out of line. That's very funny, though. I don't think I've ever bought that many parts at once, so that's kind of valid. And we're going to go there, we'll go there, and we got concrete. Okay. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Hello, my sweet.
Milestone reached. The Blueprint Mark II improves upon the Mark I in every dimension, except for the metaphysical ones. This
Lame.
improvement was made available due to complaints from pioneers about other pioneers not being capable of managing their space efficiently. We listen to pioneers, always.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That's still such a funny message to me. I love it. Alright, so we've got that. We've got that. Can build one, right? Yes, because I bought enough of the extra stuff. Wonderful. Alright, we're at 2 hours. Alright, so let's go back over here. Off we go. And let's see. Hop in here. Alright, so that's all doing well. That's all doing well still. We'll probably just redo these connections later on. Kind of is what it is. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so let's go back down here now with our new and improved area. And let's think. So what we need to do, or want to do, is create a blueprint that can basically do everything at once, ideally. Yeah, that one's pretty up there. I mean, it's hard to beat that. I gotta be real. It's good. It's very good. I don't know if I ever bought the Cyber Wagon. I don't think I actually did. So we'll have to check that one out. I guess what I'm trying to get at is I don't know if I want to try and keep the design here in this style, or just say whatever and just kind of make do out of it, but I don't know. The struggle here, build our first one of these so we can kind of get up top. Hello. You can zoop these now? What does that mean? What? How can you zoop this? That doesn't make any sense. Have a whole garage of them, like 10 in your house. Nice. That's super funny. Okay, so here's kind of where we're at, right? If we sandwich these guys, we can fit 2 like that, and then that leaves us a little bit of room for a refinery. This is how I built my old ones. And take a packager over here. And a packager over here. And basically we say dilute package fuel, unpackage fuel, package water. Connections can be a little dicey this way, so that's kind of one thing I don't love. Also, startup is a major pain because they're all closed loop systems, so you have to do one at a time. Not the greatest, I'll be real. The benefit is it's a lot easier to scale up. However, it's pretty rare that we are doing small incremental increases and sorry for whistling, increases, and are typically just kind of doing big upgrades at once. So I think we'll try and make 2 blueprints and use the ones we already have to kind of help us out, because I think we could kind of like make a mega blueprint out of our smaller ones, if that makes sense. So let's see. For starters, we are going to have 2 items in, and this time only 1 item out. But I think we can tweak that. So 2 items in, 1 items out. Okay. Alright, so what we're gonna do is get this in a spot like that. It's kind of fine. And then we can actually move you. Let's see, we could go up 1, or we could go up 2, I think. Up. Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna go here, and the roof is probably gonna shift back. Yeah, because I think no matter how we do this, we are gonna have like some conflicts somewhere. So we're just gonna kind of have to make the most out of what we got. So let's go here, let's go here. Bring that across, and then so we're gonna kind of set up a platform for the packager to sit on. Oh, ma'am, research. Don't mind if I do. Not super relevant, I guess, right now, but if we get something good, be happy. Not bad, but not what we want. Okay. Okay. Man, I hate when you get 2 good ones and then you have to make your choice. But we'll probably take those first because we want those to make those. So, very good. And let's keep them going. May as well. We have hard drives we can, or alternates that we want, so we may as well just do this while we have the time. Okay, so this packager would be packaging water. So we need an input there for fluids, an input here for canisters, then just a canister output. Oops. Okay, so that one could go down there. This one does need that. So let's upgrade to Mark II. And that one we're going to expand as well. And then we can get rid of that. And we don't need that output, right? Figured that part out. That might be where we actually run. Oh no, that one we have to do like all the way up there. That's kind of annoying. Okay. So then, let's see. In that case, we might be using the packager blueprint. I think I'm also building these kind of in a weird way, am I not? guess that's the output. What am I doing, man? I mentioned I slept 6 hours today. At least I'm catching it. At least I'm catching it. Alright, so I didn't even sleep 6 hours now that I say that out loud. I woke up at 6. I did not get 6 hours of sleep. Alright, so we'll go there. Flip that around basically, because I just had it sending water into the fuel one, which means you are not there. That means this is likely going to stay. Or no, it's not. Because that's sending into the other packager, so that can go. And then... Okay, so wait. Then in that case, you are... I think I gotta rework this a little bit. Okay. Because it should be water packager, diluted fuel, other unpackager. The only problem is I can't fit them on the same thing. I don't think I can fit them on the same thing. I could try and see. If I take this... Does not feel like there's enough room up here. Because we would have... There's no way near enough room. Not even close. Yeah. Alright, I think there might be a way to do this. I am feeling a little fried. So I think what we'll do is take a quick break. We are a little over 2 hours. Gonna check my phone, make sure I'm not missing any calls. And then keep plugging away when we come back. So we will be back in a few. Alrighty, hello friends, I am back. Apologies about the long wait. We are gonna have to wrap things up here for a few hours. Yo, Don, what's up, man? How we doing? Sorry, I probably missed you. You probably dipped out already. Um, Goofy. Oh, hey, we're at 2.01. Let's go. Yeah, all right. So I just got the call though that my mom is in recovery. She's doing great. They just got her up in a room, so I'm actually gonna go back over to the hospital for a little while, just check on her, see how she's doing. Obviously, probably not feeling great now, but you know, go do that for a little bit, and then I'll probably go back live when we get back. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely be live tomorrow though. So, yeah, this is gonna end stuff today. But thank you all for coming out and hanging out with me. Had a good time. I know we didn't get as much done as we wanted, but it was kind of more of a tester. Seems like we'll be able to keep doing this without any issues. And yeah, keep an eye out for either something later, probably tomorrow though, because I am pretty tired. So, yeah, cool. All right, thanks y'all. Appreciate you. Have a good night, and I'll catch you real soon. Bye-bye.